Just like that. Okay, I'm out of here.
I should have waited until the end of the meeting, sorry guys. Brian?
That's funny.
All right.
You might be right.
Okay.
You ready to go?
Yep.
Okay, go for it.
Okay, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I'll call the Town Council of the council meeting to order at 6 p.m. First order of business is the adoption of the agenda.
Moved by myself, second by Councillor Morris.
You're so used to saying it.
Be it resolved that the agenda be adopted as presented.
Okay, are there any discussion?
No.
I'll call the question. All those in favor? Okay. Okay. Help me out here. What do I do?
So you just go carried, like check whether it's carried, and then just sign it. And just put 0 against.
Getting a little assistant.
Yeah, and then you need to sign it. And you're good. And with the minutes, there'll be a couple of spots to sign on the minutes.
Okay, item number 3, confirmation of the minutes.
Moved by myself, second by Councillor Moore. Be it resolved the minutes of the public hearing, regular council meeting, and the committee of the whole meeting of January 9th, 2017 be hereby approved. All statutory declarations having been complied with.
Are there any errors or omissions in the minutes?
Yep.
Hearing none, I'll call the question. All those in favor of the motion? Motion carried.
Maybe 6 and 0. Because you count yourself, so it's 6 and 0.
Yes.
And then Jen puts these handy tabs here to show you where you need to sign. You can flip back one here.
So organized, eh?
Pardon?
I said so organized.
It's like you've done this before, Jen.
Once or twice.
Yeah, that's why you put experience on the right. Oh, I see why.
Let's do it color
It
coded
takes a
today.
minute.
Color coded today?
It's handy.
Yeah.
Okay, item number 4 is citizens period. An opportunity for anyone wishing to address council. Does anyone wish to address council that's in the chamber? Hearing none, we'll move on to item number 4, the GAO report.
So the following is an update as it relates to various departmental reports as January 17th. The museum is in the process of processing artifacts accessioned into the collection. They've added a word search puzzle to the museum's Facebook page as one of a series of activities to celebrate their 100th anniversary and also Canada's 150th anniversary. The museum is also preparing for an upcoming exhibit of Linda Monroe's artwork. In recreation, the outdoor rink is up and running. I understand there's a lot of people that are really happy to see that. The weather was not necessarily on our side, so I'm hoping it gets a little cooler so that things continue as well. Missions Impossible, the wait is over. It started at the Wellness Center. We've got 20 participants. Yoga classes have become very popular at the Wellness Center, and several programs are being offered for both youth and adults. Red Cross lessons have also started at the pool. The Moffat Fund applications are out, and the deadline to apply is April 3rd, so those that are going to be applying through the Moffat Fund, please get your applications in. March 3rd, sorry. There's a new merchant on board with the Wellness Center. It's Tri-Family Health, and they're providing members with a 10% discount at their store. I also understand that they have some of their products available to purchase. We have 4 new staff members at the Wellness Center. Recreation completed an agreement with minor hockey for ATM at the arena. That'll be coming up in one of our Committee of the Whole items. We're also working on Canada's summer job grant applications. Public Works has been pretty busy with snow plowing, sanding, sidewalk plowing, garage cleanup, and working on water breaks and sewer repairs. We're getting to that season now where it's going to be water break season, so we're hoping it's going to be kept to a minimum. Landfill records indicate an overall reduction in garbage coming into the landfill, and the recycling center has received an increase in recyclable material, so way to go, people of the community. Christmas decorations are down this week. We're also working on deficiencies at the arena, such as the ammonia plant. Our hot water system at the Arena and Wellness Center has hopefully been fully repaired. We've been having issue with the Wellness Center for probably the last 3 years, and we believe we've found the major problem. The pool is holding temperature and the dehumidifier is holding on. We hopefully to have everything remedied by summer. 2 employees from the maintenance department have passed their probation, are now full-time permanent employees. This is all with our arena. So that was one of the jobs that we were having a difficult time having filled, and we've been very fortunate to pick up 2 more. We're working on the zoning bylaw and tax incentive bylaw. Boards have been notified of all new council appointments. We've been having interviews for a fire chief, and we're arranging for a personal interview which will take place this week. Fire department did an amazing job as it relates to the Acres Manor fire, and all is going well.
Any questions of the CAO? Hearing none, thank you for that report. Item number 6, bylaws 6.1, waste disposal bylaw, number 4559, 6.11, first reading.
Moved by myself, seconded by Councillor Zelinski, whereas due to holidays, a number of residents did not receive garbage pickup for more than 11 days in a row and were still only permitted 2 bags. Therefore, be it resolved that bylaw number 4559 be in a bylaw of the Town of the Paw to provide for a waste management system, and to repeal bylaw number 4541 be read for a first time. So what this changes is that if there's a period, again, where people don't get their garbage picked up for more than 11 days, they will be allowed 4 bags of garbage instead of the just 2, because they're pretty much going 2 weeks without having pickup. So that's what the change will do to the bylaw.
Does the seconder wish to speak to the motion?
Nope.
No. Any other comments? No, I'll call the question. All those in favor of the motion? Motion carried. Okay, item number 7, committees. Public Works and Maintenance, no action. Personnel Committee, 7.2.1, letter of understanding.
Moved by myself, seconded by Councillor Zelinski, whereas due to scheduling during the winter months of the arena, the employees are required to work in excess of 8 hours per day. And whereas in the past, a schedule could not be done as this department was understaffed. And whereas the town and the union do not have a collective agreement, a letter of understanding is required. Therefore, be it resolved that council authorize the mayor and the assistant chief administrative officer to sign a letter of understanding with the Canadian Union of Public Employees, Local 745, with regards to the arena operating schedule for the 2016-2017 schedule, or season, sorry.
Thank you. Any discussion on the motion? Hearing none, I'll call the question. All those in favor? Motion carried.
Yep, 24th? I'm pretty sure. No, today's the 23rd, sorry. I was like, oh my God, I wrote the 23rd on everything. Shoot a bunch of invoices for tractors today. Not the end of the world, but whatever.
Item number 7.2.2, Mediation Services.
Moved by myself, seconded by Councillor Commodore, be it resolved that council approve mediation services at a cost to not exceed $4,000 as per discussion during the in-camera portion of the January 9, 2017 Committee of the Whole meeting.
Any discussion on the motion? Hearing none, I'll call the question. All those in favor of the motion? Motion carried. Item number 7.3, Finance and Admin, 7.3.1, Sam Waller Museum appointment of board members.
Moved by myself, seconded by Councillor Commodore, whereas in accordance with bylaw number 4443, being a bylaw of the Town of the Paw to authorize the establishment of a museum board, Part 5, Section 5 states it is council's responsibility to appoint board members. Therefore, be it resolved that council approve the following board reappointments as per recommendation of the Sam Waller Museum Board: Michael Wyman, Faye Kabelka, Don Johansson, and Pandora Furness.
Thank you. Any discussion on the motion? Hearing none, I'll call the question. All those in favor? Motion carried. Item 7.3.2, caveat withdrawal.
Moved by myself, second by Councillor Forward, whereas when lots 8 to 35, Block 1, Plan 31187, lots 1 to 6, Block 2, Plan 31187, lots 1 to 14, Block 3, Plan 3187, lots 1 to 19, Block 4, Plan 31187, lots 1 to 20, Block 5, Plan 31187, and lots A, B, and C, Plan 31187, were sold by the Town of the Paw to Braun Development. A development agreement was registered against the property, which outlined timelines for development, etc., which created a caveat which protected the town's interest. And whereas some of these properties have now been purchased through tax sale, and the caveat is no longer registered against the property, and the new owners are in the process of transferring ownership, and their lawyer has requested the caveat be withdrawn by the town. Therefore, it be resolved that council authorize a partial release of the caveat whereby the owner will still be responsible for road access to the property.
Thank you. Is there any discussion on the motion? Hearing none, all those in favor of the motion? Motion carried. Item number 7.3.3, the Municipal Bylaw Enforcement Act.
Moved by myself, seconded by Councillor Forward, whereas the Municipal Bylaw Enforcement Act was proclaimed and came into force on August 8, 2016, subsection 4, brackets 2, of this act deals with the enforcement of parking violations and will not come into force until February 2017. And whereas this legislation enables municipalities to adjudicate contraventions by bylaws using an administrative penalty scheme that does not involve the provincial court. And whereas municipalities have the choice to opt into the Municipal Bylaw Enforcement Act, municipalities that do not opt into the act will still have the option of bringing bylaw matters to court except parking violations, as the provincial court will no longer be a venue for resolving parking tickets or parking violations. And whereas if a municipality wishes to enforce parking bylaws, the municipality will need to opt into the Municipal Bylaw Enforcement Act and establish an administrative system that would include an adjudication process. Therefore, be resolved that Council authorize administration to move forward with opting the Municipal Bylaw Enforcement Act, to move forward.
That's a mouthful.
I'm glad they started this end of the
you
table
go.
when they hand out
We
the
got the-
resolutions.
We got the short ones this time.
Just making up because
Any discussion on the motion? Hearing none, I'll call the question. All those in favor of the motion? Motion carried. Item 7.3.4, payroll and accounts.
Moved by myself, seconded by Councillor Commodore, be it resolved that council authorize the following accounts. Pay period number 25 in the amount of $105,937.36. Pay period number 26 in the amount of $121,511.19. Town of the Paw checks number 18129 to 18254 in the amount of $275,879.30. and electronic fund transfer in the amount of $207,826.42.
Cool. Dismissed.
Any discussion on the motion? Hearing none, I'll call the question. All those in favor of the motion? Motion carried. Item 7.4.1 under planning and development, variation and conditional use process.
Moved by myself, seconded by Councillor Commodore, whereas council requested a review of the variation and conditional use application and process. Therefore, be it resolved that council approve the attached variation/conditional use application and a fee increase from $125 to $250 to cover the cost of processing the application.
Thank you. Is there any discussion on the motion? All right, hearing none, I'll call the question. All those in favor of the motion? Motion carried. Item 7.4.2, conditional use application 06-2016.
Moved by myself, seconded by Councillor Commodore, whereas council received a conditional use application from 578-5066 MB Limited / Louis Riel Capital Corporation and Manitoba Métis Federation, and the public hearing was held on Monday, January 9, 2017. Therefore, be it resolved, the council approve conditional use application 06-16 to permit a 4x6 LED sign to be installed on the building at 456 Fisher Avenue.
Is there any discussion on the motion? Okay, I'll call the question. All those in favor of the resolution? I'll get it right.
If you just go in Jim's drawer there's the list of committees to do the committee reports, because that's next.
Okay, no action under public safety, no action under airport airside. 7.1, there were COPP, the January 3rd, 2017 minutes were distributed. And unfinished business, there's no action. And under general business, let's do our committee reports. Our personnel committee, Councillor Forward.
Nothing to report.
Museum board, our next meeting will be in February the 13th, I believe. Chamber of Commerce, Commodore, or Councillor Commodore, sorry.
We had our AGM last Thursday, and we didn't even have enough people to appoint to the boards. So whoever was available got their name on something. And our next meeting is this Wednesday, so hopefully we're going to have a bring a friend night. And whoever walks in the door is going to get nominated.
You shouldn't announce that.
Yeah, I was like,
Well,
free coffee and donuts.
yeah, I'll bring treats.
Thank you. Sustainable Forest hasn't met, and we'll be meeting, I believe it's probably the end of February or early March. Citizen Town Patrol, Councillor Commodore.
I didn't go, I just provided the minutes. I had no voice that night.
Okay, thank you. CDC, Councillor Gibb.
I hope to have a meeting this week.
Recycling Board, Councillor Zelinski.
Yep, we had a meeting, what was that, a couple weeks ago? Yeah, or last week, I can't remember. We had a meeting. things have been going pretty well. Over the Christmas season was a lot better this year with all the recycling being picked up in a cleaner and timelier fashion, I guess, this year. Tonnage is up for 2016, and discussed a few different just administrative things, but that's pretty much it.
Thank you. The Paul Community Renewal Corporation, Councilor Moish.
Their meeting isn't until tomorrow night, but for those who don't know, the funding for Neighborhoods Alive, which it provides all the funding for the Community Renewal Corporation, not just in the PAW, but all over the province, is in jeopardy, I guess, for lack of a better term. Their agreement runs out at the end of March, and it's still up in the air whether that will be continued or not. So if you've ever received a small grant or a housing fix-up grant, or just enjoy some of the things that the Community Renewal Corporation does in the community, I would, encourage you to write a letter to your MLA and the Premier and just let them know what the impact that you feel that organization makes in the community, because we'd like them to understand that, it's not all just sunshine and lollipops, and they actually do a lot of really great, wonderful things, and it would be detrimental to our community to lose that, so.
Thank you. Library Board, Councilor Forward.
We have a meeting coming up on March 14th. March 14th. That seems long. We haven't had a meeting since Christmas, and there's one coming up shortly. And contact has been made from library administrator to me as a new representative there, so I have the agenda. It just, for some reason, feels like March 14th is not right, but
Thank you.
there's a meeting coming.
February.
Joint Committee of Council with the RM, Councilor Commodore and Councilor Rupp.
I'll be arranging with Amber to pull up a meeting so we can get a response from our letter that was sent out. Haven't heard anything, so.
Thank you. And Kelsey School Division Committee, Councilor Forward or Councilor Zelinski?
We haven't had a meeting since Christmas. We'll probably try and schedule one here for the upcoming couple of weeks.
Can we add the Destination Marketing Committee to the list of committees for the next meeting?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do we do a resolution for that? It was appointed through, we could probably just add it to that because it was already appointed.
Okay, that concludes those reports. Next item of business is citizens period, an opportunity for anyone present if they wish to speak to council or address council. Now is the time. Seeing none, we'll
Motion to adjourn.
yeah, that concludes our business, so we'll entertain the motion to adjourn.
Is it all the way?